Hi everyone, today I am doing a first impressions video. I don't think I've done this kind of a video before, but I've seen a lot of these videos on YouTube and I think they're really fun. This is going to be a pretty casual video. What I'm going to do is just try on some new products and just do my makeup for the day. And as I'm doing my makeup, I'm just going to give you my first impressions of the makeup, because all of the things I'm using, not all, but the majority of the things I'm using in this video are new to me and I'm trying for the first time. I hope you enjoyed this video and let's get started. Before I start doing my makeup, I just want to mention what I'm wearing on my nails. So I'm wearing a purplish nail polish and the one I'm wearing is by Illamasqua. This is the shade called Stance. On top of that, I have got this top coat from Maybelline. This is from the Rebel Bouquet collection. The shade is called Unmellow Yellow and it's a really nice graffiti top coat. You've got some yellow, kind of like fluorescent green yellow specks and a lot of black graffiti, and it looks really nice layered over this kind of pink and purple colors because the yellow really pops on it. So that's what I'm wearing on my nails and I'm just gonna get started with the makeup now. I started doing my makeup and didn't realize that the camera wasn't recording, so I'm really sorry about that. But just to quickly tell you what I've started with my foundation. I'm using the Maybelline Dream Satin Skin Foundation. Comes in a bottle like this. This was launched this summer in India along with the Rebel Bouquet collection, which I'm also going to talk about the lipstick specifically once I'm doing my makeup. I've also got the powder with this one. I'm just using it as a mirror here. I'm using the Sigma 3D HD Kabuki brush. This is also new to me and it's a really good brush. I'm really liking it so far. It's got this tapered shape. The bristles are really soft. It's a nice dense brush and doesn't pick up too much foundation. It doesn't give you a cakey finish, gives you a nice finish, and that tapered shape actually really fits the contours of the face really well. So I'm just continuing my application. This is like a light to medium coverage foundation, definitely not a very high coverage foundation, but I am going to do a second layer and see if I'm able to build up the coverage. Definitely has that satin finish, as the name says. Not very matte, not dewy exactly, just a nice soft satin finish. And the shade I'm using is B5, which is I think the darkest shade in the range. I'm not sure about that, so don't quote me on that, but if that is the case, then I think the shade range is definitely limited and definitely a lack of the darker colors. So just going to continue my foundation. I'm going to take the foundation on my eyelids as well, because I've not been sleeping very well and my veins are really showing on the eyes today. I know I keep saying that recently, but we are moving soon. We are moving back to India in some time and there's just a lot to do and a lot of packing and planning to do, so my sleep has been just a little bit compromised lately. The shade is a little bit light for me, but it's not very glaringly light, so I think I can pull it off. So it does add a tiny bit more coverage when you layer it, but it's not a very buildable foundation, I would say, because the coverage doesn't really increase dramatically once you do a second layer. I think I would still need a concealer for my blemishes and definitely a concealer needed for the under eyes. I'm not super happy with this shade, but if it had been just a tiny bit darker, I think it would have been a perfect match. I'm going to need a bit of concealer, so I'm going to use my Maybelline Dream Lumi Touch Concealer. I really like this concealer because I've got quite a bit of shadow here. My eyes are not exactly deep set. If you have really deep set eyes, then a highlighting concealer like this works really well because it reflects a bit of light. To blend this, I'm using the 3D HD Precision brush. This has a similar shape to the foundation brush that I use. You've got these two tapered ends. And just like the face brush, the Kabuki brush that I use for the foundation, this one also has really soft and dense bristles. Brush is really good for concealer. I think it's going to be my favorite brush for concealer. Just blends everything really nicely. and the shape is really good for kind of getting in the inner corner of your eye. Generally, you would have noticed I need to use my finger to get like that very nice patted down finish without any streaks, but with this one you don't need to go in with your finger. Finish is really good. I think this foundation does have a nice finish. It's not super high coverage, but that's okay. I'm now going to set everything with powder. I'm going to use this one. This is the Maybelline Dream Satin 2-Way Cake. You can use this dry just to set your foundation, or you can use it with a wet sponge to get more coverage. I'm going to use it dry. I think I'll get a better idea of what this product is really like throughout the day, depending on how well it controls oil, because my T-zone and my nose can get pretty shiny throughout the day. And for eyeshadow, I'm going to use this palette from Sigma. This is called the Brilliant and Spellbinding palette. I think that's the name, if I'm not wrong. It's a 12 eyeshadow palette. It's got some really pretty neutral colors, and I'm really excited to try this one out. So I'm going to start with this color here for my lid. This shade is called Healthy. The eyeshadows have a pretty soft and smooth texture, slightly powdery though, so if you have a slightly rough brush, you might kick up a bit of excess powder in the pan. You might have a bit of fallout. I've just zoomed in a bit so you can see my eye makeup better. So this color has brightened my lid quite nicely. I'm going to go in with one of the darker colors. Now I'm going to take this dark color here. This one is called Faye, and I'm going to just use this in the outer corner. Using one of the matte shades, a matte medium brown from the palette for my crease. I am now going to take this Faces Magnetized Kajal and use it for my lower waterline. For the upper lash line, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Gel Liner. It's a nice deep blue color. My eye makeup is done now. I'm going to come back to the face and I'm going to use a bit of blush. I'm using this one from Color Bar today. This is the shade Rosy Peach, pinky peach color. The blush is really nice. I really like the color. It just brightens my skin. It's not a very bold color. It's not a very nude color that, you know, it doesn't show up on your skin, and it just brightens your face nicely. And the formula is quite nice, very smooth powder, very soft, and blends very well on the skin, which leaves us for the last part, which is the lipsticks. I've got two lipsticks to choose from. I've got two of these Rebel Bouquet lipsticks. These are the new launch from Maybelline. You have this really nice floral print on the lipsticks, but sadly that is just the packaging, and otherwise the lipstick is pretty much the standard Color Sensational packaging from Maybelline. These are priced at rupees 450 each, which is a bit of a price bump. So these are like semi-sheer, slightly glossy lipsticks. The color is definitely quite bright. Color is really nice for the summer. It's a bright coral pink. So that is my finished full face makeup. Just a quick recap what I used. I used the new Dream Satin Skin Foundation. The shade is B5. tiny bit light for me. I'm not sure how it looks on camera. Probably makes me look a little ghostly white. But then I used the Maybelline Satin Skin Two-Way Cake. I used it dry just with a brush to pat, just to set the foundation, and it is a good powder. It sets quite well, but it's still a bit early to say. For the eyes, I used this eyeshadow palette from Sigma. Only used 3 colors from the palette, but I quite like them. Nice, soft, smooth textures. The pigmentation is good. They blend well. Then for the waterlines, I used this new kajal from Faces. Like it, first impressions, it's good. It's soft, smooth, the color is nice. You don't need to do several passes to get like a nice jet black color. For my top lash line, I used one of the new shades of gel liner from L'Oreal. This is a deep dark blue color, almost blackish, but you can definitely see the hint of blue. So that is what I used on the top lash line. The formula is really good. It's quite pigmented, dries quickly, and you don't need to layer too much to get a nice opaque color. For the cheeks, I used this blush Rosy Peach from Color Bar. Really nice peachy pink color, great for everyday wear. You can wear with just a lot of different colors of lipsticks. And finally, for the lips, I used one of the new Rebel Bouquet lipsticks from Maybelline. The shade I used is called REB02. Let me know if you'd like to see more of these kind of chatty first impressions, just me doing my makeup for the day kind of videos. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all very soon in my next video. Bye.